reform it. But they, as the federal government, can actually take the initiative to actually amend the laws. But they didn't. Secondly is that they are the ones who are actually taking a lot of the areas in which local council actually used to be in charge of public transport. If you remember in the 1950s or 60s, we have the yellow buses. Okay, those were actually under the council, but the transport is no longer the purview of the local council at the state level. And now it is a very centralized federal government where the federal government decides the allocation for each of the state government. And so therefore, you are actually literally at the mercy of the federal government. And that kind of centralized government needs to change. Because the decentralization will actually mean that people like you and I can actually have a say in the policies and in the development process. That really affects our lives. Okay? We all want a better life. We all want a livable city, a livable town for ourselves as well as for our children. So therefore, we also need to look at the federal and the state relationship and to actually push for better decentralization and better, so that we actually have some control over the services, over the welfare of our own constituencies, of ourselves as well. So these are the kind of things that when we talk about elections, other changes also needs to come across as well. Because this means that it makes a more holistic local democracy. And that is what we want for ourselves and also for our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Thanks, Mark. So I think she brought in the equation that